Hi everyone, welcome back to our Summer Stars Books at Bedtime. We're continuing with the story of Spud Murphy, The Legend of Spud Murphy by Eoin Colfer and published by Puffin, and we're starting on chapter 4 this evening, so let's get going. Chapter 4, A Good Book. For the next few visits, I sat on the carpet pretending to read. I sat there until I felt sure that the pattern from the faded old carpet had transferred itself onto my bottom. Marty spent most of the time licking his forearm, but it was no use. The stamp didn't fade, and now he had a blue tongue too. Sometimes Mum arrived early to take us home and would catch me pretending to read. Now, there's a sight to make any mother smile, she said. I knew you would love reading if only you would give it a try. That was it. We were doomed. 3 afternoons a week, Mum decided we would spend 2 hours in the library. So 3 times a week, we pretended to read quietly. Sometimes we forgot to be quiet, and then Spud would pay the children's section a visit. I remember the first time it happened. We were arguing over who owned the air in our bedroom. I said that Marty owned the air on his side of the room, but he said that he owned the air at ground level. This meant that I would have to climb onto the top bunk just to breathe. Suddenly, a familiar shadow fell across the carpet, making me shiver. Spud stood there, feet apart, belt weighed down with rubber stamps. Without saying a thing, she pulled out a large flashcard from her pocket. On the flashcard was written the word, shh. We got the message. We couldn't fight, we couldn't shout, we couldn't make loud bodily noises. All the things young boys live for. Oh, the boredom. My head felt like it would fall off and spin across the wooden floor. I tried everything to entertain myself, watching movies in my head, following the pattern in my carpet prison, eating strips of paper from the books. But most of all, I just dreamed of freedom. Then one day, something strange happened. I was pretending to read a book called Finn McCool, The Giant of Ireland, when something caught my eye. It was the first sentence of the story. Finn McCool, it said, was the biggest giant in Ireland. There was something about that sentence. It was interesting. I decided to read a bit more. Wouldn't read the whole book, no way, but maybe just another couple of sentences. Finn had a problem, said the book. Angus MacTavish, the biggest giant in Scotland, wanted to fight him. Well, I couldn't stop now. 2 giants fighting. Maybe I'd just see how that turned out. And so I read to the end of the page. And then I kept right on reading. Before I knew it, I was lost in the tale of Finn McCool and Angus MacTavish. There was adventure and magic and battles and clever plans. Mountains exploded and wizards slew goblins. Magic goats talked and princesses turned into swans. It was another world. Ready to go? Said a voice. I looked up. It was Mum. What are you doing here? I asked. There were shopping bags in Mum's hands. What do you think I'm doing here? It's time to go. I hugged the book to my chest. But I just got here. It's only... I stopped talking because I had spotted the wall clock. It was 5 o'clock. I had been reading a book for almost 2 hours. I looked across at Marty. He was still reading. A book with a picture of a dragon on the cover. What was going on here? Come on now, your dad will be waiting. To my complete amazement, I realised that I didn't want to leave my book behind, and neither did Marty. But Mum... Yes, Marty? I've not finished my book. Neither have I. Mum put down the shopping bags and gave us both a big hug, right out in public. It's a good thing our friends didn't hang out in libraries. Do you think Mrs. Murphy would let us bring them home? Mum picked up the bags. Of course. You have your cards, don't you? Chapter 5, Off the Carpet. For weeks, everything was wonderful. We had the time of our lives. Every new book opened the door to a new world. We floated down the great Mississippi River with Huckleberry Finn. Robin Hood taught us how to shoot a bow and arrow. We caught burglars with the famous 5, and Stig of the Dump gave us fort building tips. Spud Murphy generally left us alone, so long as we returned our books on time and didn't make any noise on the carpet. A few times she had to show us the shh flashcard, but we never got up to any real mischief until one Monday we ran out of books to read. We had read everything twice, even the Nancy Drew mysteries. We sat on the carpet dreading the boredom that would soon set in. It wasn't fair. Marty was so bored he was licking his forearm again, even though the Barbie stamp was long gone. He stopped licking to complain. What are we going to do? He moaned. I can't sit here for 6 hours a week with no books. Me neither. It's such a tragedy. The adventure section is right over there. The adult adventure section. We only have pink cards, remember? I know, but if one of us just had the guts to go over there, one book is all we need to get us through the afternoon. I covered my head with the book. No way, don't even ask, I'm not listening. Marty crawled over to me. Oh, come on, I can't go. Spud has her eye on me. But what about the Spud gun? Marty pinched my cheek. You're the cute one. If Spud catches you, she'll probably give you a lolly. No, Marty, I whispered, in case Spud heard. I let you breathe my air in the bedroom. No. I let you hang around with me and the boys. Don't want to hang around with you. I'll tell you where Action Man is buried. I gasped. Action Man is buried. Marty knew he had me. Yes, somewhere in the garden. The big garden. I'd say the worms are starting to nibble on him around now. What choice did I have? Action Man needed me, and I did really need something to read. Okay, Marty, I hissed. I'll go, but only today. If you want a book on Wednesday, you'll have to go yourself. Marty patted me on the shoulder. That's fair, he said. Now, off you go. I want something really exciting. I put one foot on the carpet, onto the wooden floor. It creaked like a bat squealing. And we'll leave it there for today. So come back tomorrow to find out what happens to Will when he steps off the carpet. Bye, everybody. See you tomorrow.